So it's been a minute since I did this, but all right, life update, right? Boom. So I finished The Artist Way. I'm pretty sure I did not post week 12. I did record it though. I didn't post it. Or I should go back and post that anyways, even though it's been some time. Because it's been maybe like a month or two since I finished it. I probably finished it in maybe May. Maybe the end of April. But it is now June 22nd. So, what am I doing now? I am keeping up with my artist dates as much as possible, honestly. That's something I feel like I became really accustomed to. And yeah. So I feel like that's something I became really accustomed to. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy finding time for myself to like do new things or like do old shit that I used to have fun doing, you know? Like, I think it's a nice thing to, you know, not just a nice thing, a great thing to do for myself to maintain that self-love. So girl, keep going on your artist dates, always and forever, because you deserve those dates every motherfucking week, you know? So anyways, what else have I been doing? I'm working. It's a part-time job. It's security, and it's actually really fucking cool because I got to work Gov Ball, and I got to see Raven Lene for the second time. I got to see her back in October of 2025, and now again this June of 2026. I'm low-key hoping to go to her show this year in October, I believe it is, because she's coming out with a new album, and I'm like, that's my girl. I love the way she writes, she sings, you know. Like, oh yeah. I think that's a really interesting job to have. Like, I'm working at concerts and shit, and like, I'm an artist, I'm a musician, like, you know, just kind of seeing, you know, what kind of stages I want to be on, where I want to be, what I want to do, you know, what I imagine the crowd is gonna look like when it's me on that stage and I'm just singing my songs that I wrote and I'm playing my instruments and stuff. Like, top tier. So yeah, I think it's a pretty cool job though. It's a pretty cool job. A job is a job, but like, honestly, working concerts, and I'm also like, I go to concerts all the time, so it's just another, like, I don't know, it's just really cool. Cause like, bro, I go to concerts. I went to my first concert in 2024. So I was 21 years old when I went to my first concert. And ever since, I just been copping concert ticket after concert ticket, making sure that every year I go to at least one concert. And shit, for the past, it's been what, 2-3 years? So this is 2026, so 2.5 years. 2.5 years since I started going to concerts, and I literally make sure I go to as many concerts as possible. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, this week I copped a couple of concert tickets to make sure that, like, but I did go to Moonchild this year. I saw Moonchild already. I'm going to see Joji this Friday, and I'm going to see Destin Conrad, I think it's Monday. I don't know. I just copped that ticket. Joji concert, I got that ticket a couple months ago, maybe like February, March or something like that. Because, I don't know, I was just kind of talking to my best friend. And it's just like, I don't know, when you think about it, like, concerts are always worth going to because of the experience. You you're listening to the music, you're taking it in, you're watching the crowd just like, you know, embrace and come together through music, you know. And that is like one of my goals, like as a musician, as an artist. Like, I want people to feel inspired when they hear me. I want people to feel inspired to create their own art in any way, shape, or form, whether it's painting or drawing, freaking sculpting, you know, doing pottery. Maybe they're creating with cooking. Maybe they're creating with, like, you know, graphic design, stuff like that. Everybody channels their creativity in different ways. You know, there's writers, there's, you know, storytellers, there's people who just travel, and that is their way of expressing their creativity, by giving themselves experiences in all different types of cultures and enjoying it and embracing it and loving what they're doing, because like that is what makes their heart happy, you know. So I definitely, as a musician, want my work to inspire people to create more, because the music that I listen to, the music that I, you know, like I observe, it inspires me. It inspires me to create. It may not be the same exact music that I want to make, but like I'm taking pieces from like every genre, every artist, every writer, every singer, and I'm taking pieces from them of knowledge, and I'm like storing it in my memory, because I'm like, okay, like I want to do this here, and I want to do this here, and I want to do this here. Like I want to be this kind of artist. And you know, even the way some people, like, they might be in a different genre, but the way that they write their music, the way that they tell a story, can feel so inspiring. It can feel so inspiring, you know. And then there's also people, just the way you see them express physically their music, like getting on the stage and dancing. And you know, sometimes just take Tyler for instance, like he be on that stage singing, dancing, screaming, rapping, and it's just like, that's art. That's art. That's like, damn, I want to fucking create. I want to be able to do some of those things. I want to be able to take away from this experience and be like, okay, I kind of know what I want to do when it's me, you know? So, yeah. What else have I been up to? I guess mostly that, you know, going on my artist dates, hanging with my best friend, working a little bit, and, you know, meeting new people, having new experiences and shit like that. It's pretty chill. It's pretty chill, you know. Always meeting new people. Shit, with that being said, I kind of was sitting down today, maybe like a few days ago as well. Like this has been like a thought process for the last couple of days. But you know, I read somewhere in a book, I can't remember what freaking book it is. Maybe it's The Artist's Way, maybe it's another one. I read a lot of books, so, but I know I read a book somewhere where it was kind of explaining, like, if you have like a dream, a goal, a vision, something you've always wanted to do, but you're not actually doing it, like that shit just always, it just gets bigger. I think it was The Artist's Way. So yeah, like that dream, it just gets bigger. It just gets bigger until you can't fucking ignore it. And I feel like it's always kind of been like this in a sense, but like even more so now lately, that I'm just like, okay, I want to do this. I want to do this with my art. I want to do this. And I feel like I'm not really doing any of it, you know? But the dream just keeps getting bigger. The vision, the goal just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I know this is what I want to do, like, for real. Like, this is something that I've always wanted to do. I even sat down today and wrote a letter to myself. And let's see, where did I put it? Oh, it's right here. Boom. So I wrote a letter to myself. Ooh, it's in cursive because I don't know, I'm cool like that. But yeah, it's something that I've been wanting to write for a few days. So I finally took some time today to sit down and write it. I was actually on the train writing it. I went on the artist date today to go thrifting. And I was trying to go thrifting to, like, get an outfit, something that, you know, I really see myself in, you know, because every now and again, I feel like I want to switch up my style. I want to be this. I want to be like, I want to look like this. I want to embody this. I want to be like, you know, and yeah. So I was going out to do that today and, like, get a new outfit. But unfortunately, or shit, maybe fortunately, the place was closed today. So I went all the way to Mount Kisco. I never even heard of it before the other day. And I went all the way up there. Took the Long Island Railroad and then the Metro North. And then it was like maybe like 2 hours. Yeah, something like that. Like, I literally just woke up, got ready, and I went out the door. I went straight there. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it. What else am I gonna do today? It's a rainy day. I don't got no responsibilities for the day other than myself, making sure I'm good, making sure I'm happy, making sure I'm healthy, I'm okay. So boom, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. So I went. It was closed, but you know, I wasn't tripping about it because, like, I got that time on the train to sit and write, and it was definitely much needed. It was much fucking needed. And I just needed to let some things out. I was journaling as well on the train. You know, I got some things I needed to release, let go of. Because, you know, some people just be, they really be doing it and be like, yo, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? You feel me? And them niggas, they be trying to, what's the word? They be trying to act all like, oh nah, like, it's not even like that, like, fuck that nigga. Fuck that nigga. Seriously. And so I was just writing, journaling, and then I wrote that letter to myself. You know, I was just thinking about, again, going back to what I was saying about the dream just getting, like, bigger, the goal getting bigger, and wanting to get more and more every freaking day. Like, in the book, it was also saying, like, you know you're meant to do something when this is, like, what you think about all the time. Like, when the dream is only getting bigger and you really want to see it come to fruition, you know that's what you're meant to do. And, like, I've been new singing, making music, collaborating with other artists. Like, I've been new that this is what I wanted to do. I've been new this was the goal. It was just some, you know, detours. That's just what we're gonna call it, detours. And sometimes it takes you a while to get back on the right track, and that brings me to the next point. You know, I'm gonna finish what I was saying first though. But you know, I was just remembering, like, being a kid and, like, singing all the time, and, like, I remember wanting to be, like, in the spotlight I wanted to be able to sing in front of everyone, and it's like just me up there, and like people are embracing me. Like, you know, your girl love a good collaboration, but like I really, really, really want people to hear what I have to say. I want people to hear my side, my perspective of life, how I view things, how I feel about things. And I want to be able to do that through my music. And I want to get up in front of the world and sing them this music and perform this music and let them know, like, this is what's up. How many of y'all niggas could relate? Not that everybody's niggas, but like, you get the point. So, word. That is just, you know, a little bit of what I've been thinking about lately. I'm just thinking about, like, I'm really just thinking about little me. And I'm just like this been her dream. This been my dream. This been my goal. This been my vision for so long. Like, I always love singing. I always loved singing. I always enjoyed singing. And there was times where I wanted to write music, and maybe it's because I felt like I didn't know how. I didn't really know where to start. But I know for a fact I want to write music. I want to write my songs. I want to sing them. I want to play instruments and shit like that. Like, I remember there were so many times, like, even as a kid, I remember this one very, like, vivid memory where I was going to this school in Harlem, and a lot of their programs got cut, but right before the program got cut, it was a music program. I remember meeting with the music teacher, Mr. Hill, and he showed me the violin. And I was just like, I don't know, I want to do this. Just cause, like, I always wanted to be good at every fucking thing that I did. And I loved that school so much because it brought out so much of my creativity. Like, I feel like I talk about this, like, a little, quite often. But there was also another teacher I met there. Her name was Miss Womack. And she contributed so much to my creativity. Like, she had me tap dancing. She had me painting paintings and selling them on the freaking weekends. And she was showing us all kinds of art forms. She was teaching us about other artists. Like, I actually had an experience the other day. One of my artist dates, it wasn't the other day, it was a couple weeks ago, but I went to the MoMA again, and I saw the Frida Kahlo exhibit, and I'd never seen it there before. So it was my first time experiencing it, and I very much enjoyed it because I remember that teacher, and I remember her teaching me about Frida Kahlo, about her bus accident, about her partner Diego Rivera. Like, I remember all of that shit. I remember the art, and I always, like, just had fun learning it just because it was fucking art. And I'm just like, damn, that's cool as fuck. But I'm just, even in my mind right now, I'm thinking of all the different types of forms of art that she taught us to make. And I very much freaking enjoyed it. I wish we never left that school, because that was a really great school. Shit, they cut the music program, but the art teacher, she was always there. She was a great fucking art teacher. She was creative as fuck. And she brought out the creativity in her students. I feel like she brought out the creativity in me. She made me feel like I want to create more. That's the inspiration I'm talking about. That's the inspiration I'm talking about. So, like, you know, just seeing people in their element, and then having those people be like, okay, now you do it. And I'm like, oh shit, all right, it's my turn. I get to make art too. Like, I'm gonna do this. I see what you taught me, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna make it my own, you know? So, word. Fun childhood, you know, a lot of fun moments. But yeah. Anyway, so with all that being said, as far as like being an artist, a musician, and feeling like I'm just not really feeling stuck, but like I'm just not seeing myself do the things that I know is gonna get me to that, you know, point of living the life, creating the life that I know I want to live as an artist, as a musician. Like I am a full-time artist, but at the same time, like, you know, there's other life stuff going on. Like you still gotta work, pay bills, do this, do that. So like, girl, you got this, you gonna get it all done. But I do wanna see myself in that future where like my art is my work, and I don't gotta worry about none of that shit. I don't gotta worry about going to elsewhere to do something else. I don't gotta worry about, you know, there's anything that doesn't have to do with my art, unless, you know, it's like super important or something. Like, but I'm really just talking about work for real. Like I don't want to keep working the 9-to-5s that don't really pour into me, you know. A lot of 9-to-5s, some people enjoy that shit. Some people are really like where they want to be at, you know, and I love that for them. But for me, fucking working at Ulta was not my favorite thing. Working at Amazon was not my favorite thing. Working at the weed dispensary, 50-50. 50-50, because like I've always loved smoking weed, but I mean I stopped smoking weed. So like by the time I was working at the dispensary and I wasn't smoking weed, it was just like, all right, this was an old passion. This might be something I pick up again later in life, but as of right now, this is not what I want to do. So like, I'm not gonna lie, I did have fun selling it though. Like having the knowledge, having been someone who's consumed so much fucking weed in their life, I did enjoy that job. It was pretty cool talking to people. And then you'd be surprised how many people are connected to the music industry through marijuana. Where there's so many people who I met that was like weed representatives for specific brands and shit. And they would just bring in the stuff like that. And we just get to talking or whatever. And you know, sure enough, some people were like musicians and shit. Actually, the dispensary I specifically worked for was owned partly by G Unit. So not 50 Cent, but I always forget the other two names. Damn, that's but yeah, the other people in G Unit, they owned it. So actually the dispensary was called The Unit. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But you know, connected to the music industry in some way, shape, or form. Even one of my coworkers, he was like, we were talking, we always had the late shift, like 4 to 12. So we would like just be talking, you know. It was a brand new shop, so sometimes business was slow, sometimes it was a little fast paced, but a lot of times it was pretty chill. It wasn't too much, it wasn't overwhelming, and we had a lot of downtime to talk. And he was like, you know, I got family who's always been into making music, and like they make music like this, you know, they sell their beats and stuff like that. And he was like kind of telling me like, yo, I'm kind of interested in doing shit like that because it's a good hustle, it's fun. He was saying like he got a good ear for music and shit like that. And I'm not gonna lie, he kind of did. He did. We was listening to music every night together, every night. So we was just like ping-ponging with the music, and like he was like, damn, I fuck with this track, and I was like, damn, I fuck with this track. We was like just bonding over music a lot, you know. We talked about mad other shit, but music was something that was like mad important. So yeah, anyways, Where else have I worked where I wasn't fucking with it? Shit. I worked a lot of places. Working at 260, oh my goodness. That's like a sample sale place. Like, it's pretty much a retail store where you, like, get clothes and shit. It could be different shit. The shit's, like, it's switched every week. But that shit was bullshit. It was bullshit. Those people were weird. Like, some people do really make the work experience not as fun. The best part about working at Ulta was I had my best friend there. So I got to work with my best friend, like, literally. They used to be weird sometimes and put us on opposite shifts a lot. But there was a lot of times where we was like, you know, sometimes our shifts would be a little overlapping. So we got to spend that time together. And me, I'm a real one. I'm going to wait there for my best friend. I'm going to be like, yo, like, can I pick up an extra couple hours and work here? I'm going to work there with my best friend and we go hang out after. Like, fuck you mean? And even if they say no, bro, Macy's right across the street. We're here on 34th Street. It's other shit I could do until my best friend get off of work and we can hang out and shit. That was the best part of my Ulta experience, having my best friend work there. I left before she left. She left maybe like a whole couple months after me. I left after 8 months. She maybe left after like a year and some change. But anyways, that's besides the point. I just like yapping sometimes. I like telling stories and shit. It's fun. So yeah. Anyways, so getting back to the idea of it all, pretty much I just want to take some time. I want to get back into doing this, you know, just making my check-in videos for myself so I can see how I'm progressing, how I'm doing, you know, better in life. I'm feeling good about myself, feeling good about my work, feeling good about just life in general. So I want to get back into doing this more often. I do be doing videos that I can look back on TikTok and Instagram and shit, you know, but it really mostly be like artist dates and shit. Not really no check-ins and, you know, like getting a chance to yap or whatever. It usually just be about like, all right, this is my artist date for the week. I'm doing this, show them what I'm doing, and they'll be like, oh, later, love you, you know. So yeah, but definitely want to just grow my skills as an artist right now, as a musician, and just change, not change, but grow and enhance. I guess change, yeah. Grow and enhance the quality of life that I'm living, you know. And I want it to look like the life of a musician, the life of someone who creates music for a living, you know. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up right there, because like I got something else I want to talk about real quick, but this video is going on a little bit long, so I'm gonna just start a new video for the other shit that I'm about to get into. So yeah, later, love you. All right, I just want to add this on real quick because I forgot to mention this and the other shit that I recorded, right? So this one more little life update, you know, just for the heck of it. I'm gonna move over here real quick and I'm gonna play something, because guess what, I got a piano. Hold on, let me see. It's my piano. That's my record player and shit up there, but here, let me put this right here. That's my wire for my leg. Hold on. Damn, why my bins over there looking like that on the desk and shit? It don't matter. It don't matter. Because I'm here. Boom. So, here's a little something that I learned. Anyway. Actually, hold on. Boom. So, I'm gonna see if I remember what the chords are for this. Nope. Nope. Wait. Yup, that's it. No. No. It's okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Ooh, I remember it. That's just something that I kind of like. I remember like my best friend played for me in high school, and I was kind of messing around on the piano the other day, and I'm like, you know what, let me see if I could find the chords she was playing. So yeah, this is what I got. Oh shit, it's okay, don't worry about it. Let's see if I can add this. Let's see. It's okay, don't worry about it. Anyways, yeah, so I got a piano. I got a piano. I do have an electric guitar as well. I've been had that though. I've been had that for like a few years, honestly. I feel like my biggest thing with that is like I've attempted to set it up, did a whole bunch of shit to it. I've been watching this fucking YouTube video. Following the YouTube video, I don't know if I switched something around, but it's just not sounding right for me. It's not sounding right. So it's just kind of been chilling there, and I've been thinking about going to get some like guitar lessons and like let them like set it up and tune it and shit. You know, just an idea. Let's see. I learned something else, right? Let's see. Right. Let me see if I can play that one more time. Yeah. I do be messing around on my piano and stuff. So, anyway, with that being said, all right, that's it. That's a wrap for the life update. You know, I'm about to get into a whole nother topic on another video. So, love you. Laters.